Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. And we always get started this way. We play our creed, something we live by. And that is, we don't worry, we work. We don't doubt, we believe. We don't make excuses, we hustle. We don't talk about it, we are about it. We don't follow, we lead. We don't do it to have, we do it to become. We're not victims, we take responsibility. We're not suckers, we earn our spot. We're not a statistics, we stand for something. We are not the clay, we are the potters. We design our own lives. Let's jump into the podcast, guys. Hope I can bring you some value today. Let's go in. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast, where we answer the questions that we get from our groups, Facebook group, our following on all the social media platforms, our blog, and that stuff. We've been into personal development since 2014 or 13 officially, but we've been doing this all our lives. We just never realized that we were pursuing a cause to help others, to uplift them. You know, back in high school, I remember I did this social studies project that won the award for the best project in the Caribbean region, and it was being used as a model all over the Caribbean. And I went to Grandma and I'm like, Grandma, I won this great award and I'm going to the big city to collect it, because we were from the rural area, and I was in the section of the national newspaper. I felt so proud. And she said, okay, so you won that award. What about your friends that I saw, that I see you with all the time? And you know, that was very instructional for me, and that I think was one of the pillars upon which I dedicated myself to, helping about 15 students to actually complete their SBA project in the same subject area, and all of them were successful. I sat with them sleepless nights just to get it done, the whole full study, interview, thesis, all that stuff. And you know, just that spirit of serving, because service is the highest order of living. So this question this morning is, Lowen, I don't want to be inundated with a big long list. What are the two major concepts of success? And I usually do my life in bite sizes, so I need two major concepts to run with from your perspective. And how I would answer that is, I would say, well, since you do things in bite sizes, I'd advise you that there's no, as I often say, there's no one key to success. There's actually a bunch of keys, and mindset is the key chain upon which all these keys are hung. You know, this is a mindset is the keychain upon which you have all these keys stringed on. So I'd say if you do things in bite sizes, fine. Take two concepts. I'll give you my two concepts from this perspective, and I'll advise you to, when you wrap your head around these and you're going, keep learning, keep growing, look at it as a journey, as a process. So you grab two more concepts and add them to it, and you can take those bite sizes and construct it to something big. Just like the architect, just like building, you know, erecting a building, the architect come and he does his thing, the plumber come, the electrician come, the masons come, all these people come and they do it, carpenters, whoever come, and they take it in bite sizes. That's fine. So my first concept is that focus. Put your energies on your focus instead of your energies on your fear. Place your energies on focusing, getting to focus, than on your fear. So ask yourself the question, when you feel fearful, when you don't want to do it, ask yourself the question, if I was as focused, or if I was as intense about being focused as I am about this fear, what type of person would I be? What would that make me? That's the first spin I'll tell you. Because what fear actually does, fear triggers what I call the 3 C's of failures. And that is comfort, conformity, and caution. Comfort, conformity, and caution. Most people are not successful because of their paychecks. They're comfortable. They get a paycheck. Your paycheck, like the TV is, like the social media stuff is, blocking success, so is a paycheck. The comfort and the ease of knowing that a paycheck will come. Even if it doesn't pay the bill, even if you're miserable doing it, you can always resort to it because it keeps you in the same social status and it keeps food on the table and your family. At least, most people say, at least I am better off than X, or at least I can do X, Y, Z. At least I can maintain. That's a comfort section. Conformity, doing what everybody else is doing, fearful of sacrifice, and all that thing. And caution, just threading too carefully. Don't want to spend any money, don't want to get in debt, don't want to go and try this and be ridiculed. None of that. So those 3 C's block your success, and that's what fear does. Fear is the mother of these type of stuff. So that's what you have to wrap your head around. Wrap your head around putting energies in your focus instead of putting it on your fear, and asking yourself, what if I was putting this level of energy in my focus instead of in my fear? The next thing is consistency and persistency. You know, my wife and her sister was doing exercises last night, and I was saying to them that we're talking about exercise routine, we're talking about diet and all that stuff, and I told them that 2 things you really have to focus on. Yes, there's the diet, there's eating early, there's when you go to the gym, there's what you do at the gym. But the 2 overarching things that's really going to make the difference. It doesn't matter. Forget which routine works, forget which routine hurts. If you go to the gym and you do some work, at least an average level of work, and you follow a certain diet at a certain level, you will get the results. But I'll tell you what is the kicker. The kicker is, and I'll tell you this straight up, is 1, forming the habit. Finding a way to make yourself building this exercise into your routine. That is it. That is a great thing. How do I do this and not stop? And the next thing is, how often will I make this my priority? Where on my priority list is this? Will I make time for it? Will I block time for it? Will I plan my week ahead? Will I budget in this stuff in my time? What do I do to ensure that I do it? Most people never get anything done because they never start. That is it. The second thing, start. Once you start, the next thing is to figure out, once you start, the next thing is to figure out how you're going to be consistent and persistent. Committing to making it a way of life. Committing to saying, if I'm intending to lose 10 pounds in 3 months and I get to the first month and I'm at 0 pounds in weight loss, I'm continuing. If I get to the 3rd month, I'm at 5 pounds or 3 pounds or 0 pounds, I am continuing. Because when we set up these kind of surface goals of losing my weight so I can fit in the dress, it is not enough motivation to keep anybody going. You will stop your breath, you'll get something to adjust your size, you will justify, you will change the dress, because the motivation, what you have planned, what the goal is not pure, it's not deep enough. If you say, I want to be a healthier person, I want to have a healthier lifestyle, I want to have more energy so I can play with my child, I can work on my business in the evenings, I can feel confident about myself. Those are solid, deeper motivations to go from. So your concept is focusing on putting your energies on the things that matter instead of worrying about the things that are actually holding you back, and looking good, conforming, being comfortable, and being cautious. And the next thing is, how do I start doing it and not stop regardless of the result? Because I am on a mission a real mission to become. Because success is not as a function of what the results you get, is a function of who you have become. Because we know that it is better for a man to conquer his mind than to conquer a city. Because if he conquers a city and have not yet conquered his mind, he will lose his mind and lose the city. It is better for a man to conquer his mind and to conquer a city, because if he conquers the city without conquering his mind, he will lose both the city and his mind. So look up, go for what you want, conquer self, focus, and find a way to create the habits and the mindset of consistency and persistency. That's the goal. That's how you'll get it done. That's how the cookie crumbles. Have a good one. Always a pleasure coming to you guys. Take care.